at you to chat with you about why exercise and nutrition truly impact mental health. As I'm sitting here recording the first week of November, take a look around, and so many people are feeling the effects of the winter starting to come, spending less time outside, spending less, like there's less free time in general. Even if you don't have kids or anything like that, the fall typically comes back with like this like sense of back to routine, no more vacation, back to the grind. Even if you're not in a school setting, whether you have kids or you work in a school, things like that back to school feeling always kind of like sticks with you because, let's be real, you've done it for the last, at minimum, probably 12 years of your life. And that feeling of like that back to school thing truly comes with this element of like stress and natural, this like less enjoyment out of life because, you go back to working and then you're traveling or going to weddings or whatever it is that you're doing. And when we get into that heightened state of stress, we typically start to feel a little bit more anxious, a little bit more depressed, things like that. And you're not spending time outside, so you're not getting that vitamin D from the sun, and just a lot of things like are not necessarily hitting. So then we start to look for entertainment in all the wrong places, like our phones and our TVs, and we start to be couch potatoes because it's cold outside, so you're not going to go outside and get any exercise in. And it's like, it's just this sense of doing all the wrong things in terms of feeling happier. One of the crucial ways that you can combat this is by building exercise into your lifestyle and by building a foundation of healthier habits in general, especially around nutrition, into your lifestyle. Exercise impacts mental health because it releases endorphins, which actually improve your overall happiness. And the other part of it is like when you're feeling super stressed and like overwhelmed, when you exercise and complete a workout, you feel the sense of accomplishment. And that sense of accomplishment will truly help benefit your day and your overall, lifestyle. And I say this as someone who struggles to get exercise in because to me, and this sounds crazy, but to me, after I work out, like I don't feel a sense of accomplishment. I feel anxious because I could have spent that time doing other things. Or, I also feel anxious because I worry whether I'm going to feel physically in pain just because of all the like personal things that I have going on. But that is a very one-off situation. And I know I was talking to someone recently who has just been like a little bit down, and we were trying to figure out like what is going on. And this person basically said that they are feeling like they're not accomplishing anything. Even when they're tired, yes, sitting on the couch is great, and like they don't necessarily mind that. They're just feeling this overall sense of, like they're not accomplishing anything. They're not doing anything. This person also, like, when it comes to yard work or things like that, they don't want to take the initiative necessarily on it because those things don't inspire them. But then even thinking about like going out and going to do something isn't incredibly inspiring either because they don't have the motivation to necessarily think of something, or that's not necessarily what they need, is just to go out and waste time doing something. So after having all of these conversations, at the end of the day, this person truly just felt like they needed to accomplish something that was missing. And so one of the things that we talked about was this person did complete a workout just a few days before that and did feel a big mood shift, and that they did feel that sense of accomplishment, and it truly did impact them positively for a couple of days. So that's literally an actual example of somebody who benefited from that, right? So I do think that that's important to recognize that it truly, like, it happens. It's not just a scientific fact. It is demonstrated by multiple people. And so the reason, and then the other thing is like when it comes to nutrition truly impacts mental health and your overall well-being, because when you can fuel yourself appropriately and start having more energy, feeling more full, and just feeling physically better due to what you're, the nutrients that you're intaking and things like that, when you can get to a point where you're feeling physically better because of the things and the habits that you're doing, like nutrition and exercise, you overall are going to be happier because you're going to have that more energy. You're going to be feeling better and more confident about yourself. They're going to emit this infectious energy of confidence, and you're going to approach life a little bit differently, right? You're going to feel less groggy when you wake up in the mornings. You're going to, feel less overwhelmed when it comes to, holidays or Halloween and things like that. And you're going to feel like those things can't necessarily bog you down. And you're just going to be excited about them rather than so stressed about them. And one of the things that I truly like in this program, I've done a lot of soul searching when it comes to like how I help my clients, because I think that my program and the way that I coach my clients is just so much more than just weight loss results. Like, I'm going to help you lose weight. I'm going to help you, lose inches for sure. But that's not really what I'm passionate about. What I'm passionate about is helping you as a person improve, right? Like, I've talked about it on this podcast 1,000 times. The reason that this podcast is called Barbell Therapy is because I truly feel like fitness and nutrition plays a vital role in changing and impacting who we are and how we can show up for ourselves, our families, in the world, right? And as someone who has done so much work on themselves to be the best version of themselves, like, that anchored from fitness and nutrition, because being disciplined and having motivation and having goals and working on them through fitness and nutrition has truly transformed my life and my ability to show up in my career and my relationship and as a wife and a dog mom and all these things, like all these assets, all these facets of my life. By starting with fitness and nutrition and that, goal and drive to look and feel better, ultimately has changed my life and made me more resilient and made me a better person outside of those areas as well, right? Like, if you can find the ability to not overeat and to weigh your food and be more disciplined and actively choose nutritious food over the easy junk food, when you can start to do that for yourself on a consistent basis, it is going to improve your overall mood and how you're feeling, but it's also going to help you improve, choosing to be more productive at work, choosing to, say yes or no to certain things that will allow you more freedom when it comes to, your kids, or boundaries in different ways, right? Being able to focus on yourself, set goals, and achieve those goals is only going to benefit you in the long run. And so we talk about this leading into the holidays, which truly is one of the most stressful times with ourselves, right? Because again, we started just a few months ago in this rapid decline into like what we call seasonal depression, into this rapid decline of like going outside, being active, being super overwhelmed, having so much to do, into this like stressful time of holidays where everything is supposed to be happy, but let's be honest, we're stressed about food, we're stressed about traveling, we're stressed about family things going on, taking time off of work. Like, I know that I feel this, and I'm someone who, when my work is closed, nothing matters, right? Like, there's nothing going on. I'm not selling anything. Like, my job, when the school is closed, they don't need me. I'm good. Like, there's nothing pressing. But for you, someone who is potentially in some sort of corporate business, like, the world is still going. Like, your company still has to, get through the holidays. So when you turn your computer off, it's not that easy to turn it all off, right? So you're still thinking about work. You're still thinking about all those things. And you're trying to put yourself in a position where when you take time off, you can feel less stress. But how much did you stress yourself out leading into that, right? Like, how much did you have to prep and do things leading into that? And now I can relate, because when I was taking time off for my wedding and things were still going on, I literally created these large packets and these videos and tutorials and all these things. And I created this packet with all these details and phone numbers. And basically, I worked for an entire week to create a system that when I left and didn't want to answer my phone, I knew that everything was going to run smoothly, right? Like that was what I had to do, but it was a lot of work leading into that. And so I know for you during these holiday seasons, like that is just exactly how you're feeling. So, we go into this time, we're in this decline, then we smash ourselves into this holiday season. They're 4 weeks apart. And you go Thanksgiving, 4 weeks later, you got Christmas. Whether you celebrate or not, you have that time off, or like just in general, the aura of Christmas, right? It takes over the world. So you have that, and then New Year's Eve, and we all celebrate that because everything shuts down. So we have all these things going on, and we truly don't understand how much that stress is going to impact us, right? And so by building that resiliency through fitness and nutrition, and that understanding of like how to fuel your body appropriately, how to exercise, and building those habits into your lifestyle consistently, those tiny things, while you're going through all this stressful thing, having those things is going to make your most stressful times easier, which obviously is going to impact your mental health in a positive way, right? Because you're going to be able to still feel that sense of accomplishment from doing a workout. You're going to fuel yourself with nutrients and food that aren't going to, make you feel overwhelmed and stressed, and then on top of everything else going on, feeling guilty about your body or what you're eating and things like that, right? Like all of these things are so important. It's so important to build these habits, build this lifestyle, and get to this place that will allow you to go through these stressful times and have that anchor. And when you go through these stressful times, because you've built that resilience and that discipline, it will carry over, and it will be so much easier when you know that you have a deadline coming, and you have to plan and prepare the same way you do for fitness and nutrition. You'll be able to plan and prepare at work as well, to then enjoy the holidays and enjoy time off and enjoy time with your family. And that is the essence of working with me and my program, is like, we don't just focus on weight loss. We focus on fixing your lifestyle and fixing your mindset to approach life differently, to get you into a place where when shit is hitting the fan, you are still resilient and able to come back and bounce back each and every single time. And one of my clients is truly demonstrating this. She's visiting family on the other side of the country. Things are going on in her life that she cannot control. All of these things are, happening. And while nutrition is not necessarily there right now, she's still been getting her steps in and doing her workouts as often as she can. And even though, again, like nutrition isn't necessarily there, all of the foundational knowledge that she has, there's a little bit of binge eating here and there. All of that foundational knowledge has brought her to eating more nutrient dense foods, which has actually kept her weight at bay. Even though she's got all this stuff going on, she's so resilient in what she's got going on, and her workouts and her nutrition, that even though she feels like she's failing because she's not doing everything 100%, she's not failing. And that is being demonstrated through us by the data of her weight not fluctuating and going up, because she's built this foundation of healthy habits, and she's resilient in being able to do those things through all of these things, that is now making life a little bit easier, because she knows she's not spiraling completely out of control, and she's anchoring herself in those little moments that she can attain things, right? Like this shit is important because of the way that life goes, and the economy and all the things. Everything is expensive nowadays. None of us make enough money. We all work too much and have to find these side hustles and try to make money here and there, because this is hard. Like life is really hard right now. And it's so important to get yourself to a place where you can build resiliency and consistency and feel better and more confident about yourself, so you can continue to approach these things in a healthier manner. And that is why fitness and nutrition truly will have a positive impact on your overall mental health, on your stress, and everything you've got going on. And chances are, if you're feeling super overwhelmed, you're just going to be handcuffed to the fact that you can't even start. And that is why investing in a coach can truly benefit you. And so if you're feeling like, Kate, I hear you, I want to exercise and I want to eat better because I know that it will help me, but I just don't know where to start. I feel so overwhelmed and I need help. That is what I'm here for. So feel free to reach out to me and let's just chat. Let's just see what options we have that you can implement right now to get to a better place. And if you're not ready for that, I do have a free Healthy Habits Jumpstart Guide in the show notes here. Just download it. There is no harm in downloading that and getting yourself to a place where you might be able to start building those healthy habits that will make you resilient. And it is 3 weeks, and that will take you through the holidays. But for now, I'm signing off, and I'll talk to you guys next week.